Right. So I've never played Desert Bus before. I haven't even watched a stream of it because I'm bad. But I'm familiar with what it is, and I'll give you some detail about it. This is an unreleased Sega CD game unreleased Sega CD game that Penn and Teller, the magicians and comedians, created. It's not really a game. The game is called Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors, and it's a bunch of pranks you can play on your friends. So there's like a two-player shooter game where the person holding the second controller makes a bunch of stupid bullshit happen in the game that pisses off the person with the first controller. Penn and Teller also did a Pranks for Your Friends book and VHS tape that had some similar shenanigans on it. Desert Bus is one of the games on this disc. We will spend most of the time playing it. I'm going to go ahead and let the opening play, and we can see. I think there's some intro from Penn and Teller. If you've never played a Sega CD game, get yourself ready. They burn these onto audio discs. It's pretty impressive what they were able to do with it. Yeah, there you go, Johan. So while we're playing Desert Bus proper, we're going to need something to talk about. So if you would like to bring up any topic, you could think of anything to discuss. I had some plans. I didn't have time to spin them around. I thought about doing a Brostead stream for this hour of Desert Bus, or a Weepstead stream, or like recording myself reading a book, like reading Twilight and playing it as an audiobook in the background or something. But if Matt wants to bring this back, we'll do something special for each consecutive Desert Bus stream if it returns. For me, beating Desert Bus will be scoring 1 point, and you'll see why scoring 1 point is a big deal once we actually boot the game up here. Okay, so puzzles will work. There you go. I'm down.
Hi, I'm Penn Gillette, and this is my partner, Teller.
Remember playing Sewer Shark for Sega CD also had live recordings.
Smoke and Mirrors. This is Absolute Entertainment's top secret Ultramat testing center, where Teller and I have spent the last year or so. We've been holed up in here designing, drawing, and programming every single aspect of this game all by our lonesomes.
Didn't have shit to do with this game.
All about Penn and Teller, you'll know this isn't going to be your typical shoot 'em, kick 'em, jump 'em video game. So if you're, let's say, looking to goof around with short immigrant piping engineers with lots of facial hair, or some hyperactive nocturnal insectivorous mammal, or a couple of guys pounding each other's brains out, that's it. Get him, get him, get him. Come on, go.
I love Penn and Teller. Andrew and I went to go see them in Las Vegas. They put on a really good show.
Death, move, death, move, death, move. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! The winner and still champion!
Now you have to remember the context of this when Sega was in trouble for all the violence in Mortal Kombat.
You're playing the wrong video game. We've got some great things here. I mean, there's Mofo, the psychic gorilla, a mind-reading monkey that'll just kill you dead. Sun Scorcher that uses amazingly intense and dangerous graphics that Teller and I invented. Just the best, isn't he? It's all sleight of hand.
Yeah. If you watch their show Fool Us, great show. Recommended.
The only bus simulator available on any Sega platform. Buzz Bombers, a sneak preview of a brand new Absolute game.
It's criminal this game never actually got released. I'm glad someone got their hands on the ROM for it.
What's your sign? Teller and I will figure out which sign of the zodiac you are.
Hey, thanks for the host, patented
Personometer device.
Bullshit's a great show if you like Penn and Teller and you're a skeptic. Don't try to show it to someone to convince them to join your side because they're very, like, argumentative ad hominem, preaching to the choir. But if you already agree with them, then I love bullshit. If you don't, if you're trying to find someone to, like, change their mind on something, show them Adam ruins everything. I think it's a more diplomatic approach.
Hi, buddy. The pizzas. Oh, sure, the pizzas.
Anchovies, pepperoni, mushroom, meatballs, the shrimp.
Good. Well, why don't you just here's the money. All I've got is this more money, Teller. More money, Teller.
Do you need any more ideas today?
Oh, we're taping.
How'd that
taping.
No, thing
the idea of having anchovy pizza was really
don't give
good.
a shit.
Did Desert Bus go over?
I love this.
We got the pizzas. We got
you need any more jokes?
Sure
you like the one about the bear?
Sometimes when
yeah, totally agree, Cass. I love it because I love Penn and Teller.
Having a nice slice of pizza to help you get ideas.
Oh, this game. What's your sign? Mofo the Psychic Gorilla and Desert Bus. Well, there's only one choice here, and it's Desert Bus. I think they're going to give us an introduction, and then we're going to be playing the game for real.
You've played simulators before. We all have. Tanks, planes, race cars, submarines, hedgehogs. Heck, Absolutes even put out a few of them themselves. But let's face it, how many of us are ever actually going to use these valuable skills in our everyday lives? Sure,
I'm going to read through what you said, Ludefex, once the game proper starts,
sure,
so we can
I
take
guess
it out.
there's a chance you'll be on a major commercial airliner.
People can type the answer and hide if they figure it out.
For an unconscious pilot, or maybe after all those years of expensive schooling your parents worked so hard to put you through, you'll decide to chuck it all to enter the Indianapolis 500. It could happen. But for most of us, the chances are slim to none. Teller and I want to prepare you for the real world. We want to show you what life is really like. Desert Bus is the first in our line of what we like to call Vera simulators, games stupefyingly like reality. 360 miles from Tucson, AZ to Las Vegas, NV. 45 miles per hour maximum. Teller! 8 hours if you do it right. Don't let go of the controller and watch that little pull to the right. It's not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's not exciting. It's real. Oh, and check your manual for details on our Desert Bus contest.
Somebody told Penn about the whole Desert Bus for Hope charity, so if you're not privy, there's a charity that raises money, and the more money they raise, the longer they have to play Desert Bus on a marathon. They usually trade the controllers around. So I haven't actually tuned in and watched it, I'm just familiar with this as a gaming meme. They did it a lot for Child's Play, the Pin Arcade charity. The hype is shit on Twitch, I know, right?
Desert Bus.
I love that they did this, though. This is fucking amazing. Think a game where he just basically summarized it for us, but you have to drive for 8 hours, and you have to hold the gas down, and you can't just tape down the controller and walk away because the steering wheel lifts slightly to the right, so you occasionally have to tap left so you don't drive off the road. Welcome to Desert Bus. Yeah, it's a blind playthrough. It'll still be blind when we play it next time if it stays on subblock. Can't wait to see all my reactions, I know, right? Once we start talking, I love the fucking badass music for this at the beginning. That's awesome. No, you're not allowed to go 60 miles an hour. It's 45 miles an hour maximum. That's why it's 8. Because you're riding a big bus, so it can't go any faster than that. I love how long this is lasting, too. This is perfect. Nice. The radio in the bus is broken. That's awesome. Oh man, we get to name the driver. Alright. It's probably a donation goal for this game, right? Name the driver since it's on for the whole thing. Oh, they're like even caring like this matters. Points. Look at all the digits for the number of points you can score in this too. You get 1 point for making it to Las Vegas, then it gives you a chance to turn around and go back to Tucson for another 1 point. So we're going to consider beating this game, making it to Las Vegas. Well, you could technically play it forever. Oh man. Right. Big points to Penn and Teller, though. Man, we're slowly speeding up. And I don't think the game ever tells you how close you are. And I guess that Penn and Teller were shocked that anyone actually, like, beat this game. Like, or at least made it to Las Vegas. Like, no one on our testing team ever did. We're impressed that it's even possible in the first place. You could play it forever. This is basically the long hallway. Try to trigger it. I should be able to. Can hold down the controller with one hand and type with another hand here. No, don't drive off road. That would be really bad.
Show me what you got. Oh my God, Rick! Oh yeah, you gotta get Swifty. Oh.
We've now started the ultimate long hallway. Yeah, we gotta have the HD remake.
You know what that is?
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet, actually.
It's a long hallway. You know it's the end, right? It's the boss. You ready?
The boss is getting to Las Vegas.
Finally, it's the long hallway at the end of the game. It's a trope, not a cliche. Judge the day. The boss is right this way. Can't let him slip away. Come and join me in the long hallway. It's the long hallway.
They just have it on loop, right? Right, so let me read Ludefex's puzzle here and we can try to figure it out together while I'm driving this thing. And if anyone else has ideas, you're welcome to share them here. Elephant seal is neither... Yeah. Chickpeas, neither chicks nor peas. Discuss. Grass growing and paint drying cam. Okay, ideas for next time. Puzzles. Logic puzzle. 50 prisoners are brought to a secret prison. The warden gets them all together and tells them the rules for their release. All of the prisoners are kept in solitary and will not meet anyone else for their stay. Each day, one prisoner will be taken into the interrogation room, which has a single light bulb that can be turned on or off. The prisoner can turn the light bulb on and off as much as they want, and then they'll leave. The warden promises to never touch the light bulb. Any prisoner can claim when they're in interrogation that every prisoner has been in the interrogation room. If they're right, they all go free. If not, they're all executed. The prisoners have a few moments ahead of time to come up with a plan before they're led to their cells. What plan should they come up with? Random person is selected each day. Okay. So it has to do with using the light on and off. The warden said he won't mess around with it. And there's no shenanigans about this puzzle, right? Like, there's not something like unscrewing the light bulb that they can do, or bringing in outside elements. The elements that you've described are the only ones that are available to us, right? Good thing there's no oncoming traffic, right? Yeah, and feel free to whisper Ludefex if you have an idea, or we can try to talk it out in the meantime. Not that kind of lateral thinking puzzle. Well, how... So you got to figure out, like, there's a degeneracy here, and it's like, to each individual prisoner, they don't know that another unique prisoner has been in there. So just simply flicking the light on and off one time doesn't communicate unique information about any one person, right? Like, one way you could do it, let's see. Yeah, the problem with incrementing it once per prisoner is that the same prisoner could be interrogated twice, not of them. So you could have a custom code for each individual prisoner. You could have it so the first prisoner is 1 blink and then a long pause. The second prisoner is 2 blinks and then a long pause. Because they have unlimited time while they're in the room to mess around with the light, right, Ludefex? So you'd want to have it set up so that if you see 1 blink, long pause, 2 blinks, long pause, 3 blinks, long pause, and so on until you get to 50 blinks, then you know that every prisoner has been in there. It's a viable solution. It would be frustrating to do, though. Only the person in the room can see the bulb. Okay, I missed that point. That makes sense. Right. Sure. What happens if the bulb burns out? Like, will the bulb be replaced? That's probably not relevant to the solution. Yeah, so it's a random person gets pulled in every day, so it's going to take a long time for all 50 of them to have been interrogated, since they could get pulled in randomly multiple times in a row. A clarification will probably put us on the right track to the solution. I know, right? I am sitting over here tapping left occasionally and holding down the gas button, so... A bulb that is 100 years, so burning out the bulb is not a feasible solution. who receives the communication and how, right? And they get a chance to plan beforehand, which is important. All they can do is turn it on or off. So it has to be with the state the bulb is, because there's an important point that Ludefex made, and that's, is the bulb on or off, and will the warden mess with it? And the warden agrees not to mess with it. So if they leave it on at the end of their interrogation, the next person will discover that it's on, and that's transferred information. But that's the only information to transfer. We can't transfer the number of times it flickers on and off, just whether it's on or off. This is someone's actual job. Yeah, they probably have a podcast on or something like that. Like I said, if somebody puts this on Subblock again, I'll come up with some creative way to... Today will be discussion day. Next time we'll like do something silly to fill in the time as well. Bus never made it to Las Vegas. Someone's actual job is better graphics, right? I don't know, man. I've made this drive. We drove from Las Vegas, or in the Las Vegas area, to Arizona when we were on our way moving to California, and this is pretty accurate. I mean, occasionally there's some mountains on the horizon, so we're missing out on that, but other than that, this is pretty spot on. Yeah, listen to a podcast or an audiobook every day, as long as nobody's bugging you. Kind of zone out. So that we don't spend the entire time on Ludefex's puzzle, Ludefex, can you tell me if I'm correct that the only way that information could possibly be transferred from one prisoner to the next is whether the light was on or off when a prisoner comes into the interrogation? Or is there something else about the scenario that could allow more information to be transferred? You don't have to say what it is, but I'm just curious if that's moving down the right track. There you go. Now, I think normally in a game like this that doesn't have music, I would play music in the background, but I feel like that's inappropriate for Desert Bus. That is completely beside the point of what this game is all about. The light bulb is the only information that's shared, and it's stat. Although the way you phrase that is relevant. The light bulb itself. Okay, so the way Ludefex was very careful in the way he responded. The warden won't touch the light bulb, right? So you could unscrew the light bulb and you could place it somewhere in the room with different placements indicating different prisoners that have been in the room before. And then you could pass that information down from prisoner to prisoner, right? Like, is the room arbitrarily large for our purposes? We could sing. I could do Rapper's Delight. I could do some portion of Gaston's theme. I could do I Miss the Bus, which would be relevant. I could do as much of the Ultimate Showdown as I remember. Assume the light bulb is caged and it'll be turned on and off. Okay, alright. Fair enough, fair enough. So it's not unscrew the light bulb. Yeah, that's fair. The god of scenarios says no. I don't know that song well enough to do it by heart. I used to know a lot of Weird Al. Like, sometimes I'll start going and I'll be like, I'll sing a bunch of bars, they'll stick with me. Let's see. So prisoner 1 goes in, he's interrogated. He can leave the light on or off. And feel free to speak freely and chat about this now, if you have an idea for a solution. Suppose he leaves it on, that it started in the off position. That informs the second person who's been interrogated that someone else, at least one other person has been interrogated before him. I guess they also have information in the fact that if they don't get picked on the first week, then they know someone else has been interrogated that's not them. So that doesn't really give them information the first time they get drawn. Smash light bulb, consume the rare elements, gain superpowers, become God Emperor. There you go. Keep the light off unless they're a repeat. Yeah, I think that solves it, doesn't it? And then if the next person comes in and sees the light on, they have to turn it off. Wait, no. I see what you're saying, though. I'm with you. So if they leave it off until there's a repeat, then what does that person do? They know that they've been interrogated a second time, so they can switch the light on. The next person sees the light on and knows that someone's been interrogated a second time. So that's still useful information, but it doesn't tell us once everyone's been interrogated, and it doesn't tell us. The information doesn't travel from person to person. Yeah, the bus is empty, right? Talk about real life. There's not even anyone on the bus if you look in the mirror. But that is information that can pass. If you choosing to do nothing is more information transfer from prisoner to prisoner. There's one prisoner who always turns the light on. Yeah, there has to be a way to count repeats. Because it's only the binary status of on or off. It's not. LootFX has indicated there's not some other state in between. Prisoner walked in the room with the light off 49 times. He knows that all the others are in there. It doesn't work though, right? Because there could have been repeats, unfortunately. That's close. That's really close, but he had been in there 49 times, but the other people could have all been in there many, many times. Right, because he could rely on the other prisoners to always turn it off. Yeah. Yeah. No, it doesn't work. What if they're only allowed to turn it off once? Turn the light on if you're a repeat. Oh. Wait. Yeah. I see where Matt and Nodovan are going with this, because that allows for information transfer. Prisoner X and repeats. Once he's turned it off 49 times. Well, no, because the new prisoners are still turning it on in that situation, right, Nodovan? So the count still wouldn't add up for him. Right, because if oh wait, I see what you're saying. Only new prisoners ever turn it on. This is my first time being interrogated. I get you. Yeah. I think Nodovan just solved it, right? Okay. Right, so the solution is one person is tasked with always turning the light off, right? Everyone else is instructed that if it is their first time being interrogated, they turn the light on. Now, hold on, there is a thing we have to solve for, though. What if prisoner 2, comes in and the light's already on, and it was technically his first attempt? It's the first time that you're interrogated and the light is off that you turn it on? Is that true? No, because that can't be right, because then... Well, no, that might be right. The tie voltage. Okay, so it's not the first time you're interrogated. It's the first time you've ever been interrogated and the light is off. You turn it on. Then the person who's tasked with turning it off counts to 49, and then he knows that everyone's been interrogated. You turn it on if you had previously not turned it on. Okay. LootFX, is that the right answer? Because I think that's right. Nice. That's cool. That's a good puzzle. If anyone else has another one, feel free to share it. Let's see. I'll do a stream vote for song to sing here. I'm sure I have ones that I know pretty well. Oh god, I can't click out to mess with my bot. I can't keep tapping, it doesn't have... Alright, so I can do it, but I have to type quickly. And then tap back in and adjust the steering wheel again. So Still takes off the gas when I click out of it, so I gotta be careful not to lose my top speed here. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Don't be a distracted driver, right? Oh god! Go, go, go! Oh, I didn't actually type it! I didn't click in the right field, shit! Alright, here, I'm just gonna put 2 options for now. Maybe I can add more later. I see now then. Desert Bus hard mode, right? I can put long hallway on later. Oh man, well we're gonna end up doing both of them. It's Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. If you guys don't know what you're missing, you should probably Google it. It's a song by Leonard Nimoy. He had this album that he put out, and it's very special. Alright, looks like that's a majority. So, here we go. We'll see how far I can get before I lose it. Thank you, Marty. I said a hip, hop, the hippie, the hip, hip, hopper. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm a rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. See, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. And now so far, you've heard my voice, but I brought 2 friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. I'm the CASN, the OVA, and the rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the doctor, the mix, and these reasons I tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1", and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got 2 big cars, I definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV, so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Hear me talk about checkbooks, credit cards, more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker no punk from the rocks and not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go hotel, motel, or what you gonna do today? Say, what is it? Get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a Def OJ. Everybody go hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I say, if your girl starts acting up, then you take her friend. I'm Master G, and my mellow, it's all you, so what you gonna do? Well, it's on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. You see, I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call the Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the foxy ladies and the pretty girls. I'm going down in history as the baddest rapper that ever could be. Now you're feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts bumping into your toes. Now you're stopping your fingers and pumping your feet. Something, 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 something in the beat. That's as far as I'm gonna get. But I could jump to the other part, which is great, which is let's see. Hip hop, hip hop. Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni soggy, the peas are mushed, and the chicken tastes like wood. So you try to play it off like you think you can by saying that you're full, but that your friend says, man, he's just being polite, he ain't finished, oh, that's bull. So your heart starts to beat and then you think of a lie and you say that you already ate, and your friend says, man, there's plenty of food, so you pile some more on your plate. Now the sticky food is streaming, your mind starts to dreaming about the moment it's time to leave, and you look on your plate and your chicken's fully rotten into something that looks like cheese. So you think, man, I gotta leave this place. I don't care what these people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with this ugly food that stinks. So you bust out the door while it's still closed, still sick from the food you ate, and you run to the store for some quick relief in a bottle of KO Pectate. And then you call your friend 2 weeks later to see how he has been, and he says, I understand about the food, baby, but we're still friends. I said a hip hop, the hippie, the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogity beat. I said, Hank, can you rock? Can you rock with a rhythm that just don't stop? Can you rock me too? A shooby-doo. Come on now, people, let the people move. Dip-a-dip, the ladies pimp, the women fight for my delight. The interesting part of that song is that Big Bank Hank has a line where he complains about like MCs stealing your rhymes, and he stole that rhyme from another rapper called Grandmaster Flash. You should watch the documentary Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix. It's a Canadian documentary. It's very, very good. I highly recommend it. Ben's staring confused as hell. Apparently, Rapper's Delight was a lot of the early like folks in the New York hip hop scene fucking hate that song because it was the ultra commercialization of this genre that was burgeoning, right? Where they were coming up with all these new ideas, and someone just took a bunch of rhymes and stuck them together over a beat. Got a bunch of radio play, and everyone's like, "This isn't what we were trying to create." Come on and slam if you want to jam. Yeah, go for another riddle. While you're doing that, I'll do my best attempt at the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Let's see. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. In the middle of the earth, in the land of the Shire, there's a brave little hobbit whom we all admire. With his long wooden pipe, fuzzy woolly toes, he lives in a hobbit hole and everybody knows him. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins. He's only 3 feet tall, Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, bravest little hobbit of 'em all. Now hobbits are peace-loving folk, you know. They're never in a hurry and they take things slow. They don't like to travel away from home. They just want to eat and be left alone. But one day Bilbo was asked to go on a big adventure to the caves below to help some dwarves get back their gold that was stolen by a dragon in the days of old. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins. It's only 3 feet tall. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, bravest little hobbit of 'em all. Well, he fought with the goblins, bound down. He battled the trolls, down. He riddled with Gollum, down. A magic ring he stole, he was chased by wolves, lost in the forest, escaped in a barrel from the Elf King's halls. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, the bravest little hobbit of 'em all. And then there's a bitchin' oboe solo. It's like now he's back in his home, the land of the Shire, that brave little hobbit whom we all admire. He is sitting on a treasure of silver and gold, a puffin' on his pipe in his hobbit hole. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, he's only 3 feet tall. Bilbo, Bilbo, Bilbo Baggins, bravest little hobbit of the bravest little hobbit of the bravest little hobbit of 'em all. But I know, right? I should just do Rock Band on the side. I have an idea for it. Piano Man. Man, so one time I went to a dueling pianos bar, and I had never been to a bar before, really. So like, or like a bar where people will play music on a jukebox and sing along. So I didn't know that there's like 3 fucking goddamn songs that they always play. Always, because every crowd knows them. In the US at least, and it's Don't Stop Believin', Sweet Caroline, and fucking Piano Man. I just like the song Piano Man. I'd heard it before. Yeah, it's a good song. It's got a good melody to it. So I go to the piano bar, and it's me and Andrew and a couple of our friends, and we have the bar to ourselves. We got there early enough that no one was there, and the guys playing the piano were like, what song do you want us to play? And I was like, oh, you should play Piano Man. The dude just like looked at me with this withering look like, really? You're the only ones in here, and you want us to play fucking Piano Man? I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a good song. Okay, you don't have to play it. They end up having them do Muse and Rush and Metallica, which was very impressive on dueling pianos for people who didn't actually know the songs. There's a bitch and oboe solo. I know, it's a good song. It's a good song. It's a good song. Alright, I'm going to go back and read through Game Saucer's puzzle here. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Don't drive off the road. My hand is starting to cramp, like my fingers are falling asleep. Try switching hands here. There's a prison with 50 inmates. All are perfect logicians, and all have blue eyes, but none of them are allowed to know their own eye color. There are no mirrors, and they're prohibited from speaking. The warden will release any prisoners who come up to a guard and correctly guess their eye color. However, if they guess wrong, they will be killed. Okay. Being perfect logicians, inmate will only escape if they're 100% certain of survival. I feel like I've heard a version of this before, but I don't remember the solution. One day, a guard is bribed into sending a certain message to all inmates. 50 days later, all at once, all inmates are released. The question is, what message was sent? The guard would not have sent a message that he would suspect would lead to the inmate's escape. So the fact that they're perfect logicians is the important part of this, right? And the fact that there's 50 of them is irrelevant. It basically is just like an arbitrarily high number of guards. Game Saucer, is that it? Oh, Propagable gets the the pedantry award. Accuracy over tact. Congratulations, my friend. Inductive logic is okay. All right. So let's think about this. If you know the answer, don't shout it out. But if you don't know it and you're thinking it out, feel free to type out whatever you're thinking in chat. We can try to come to it together. I feel like I've heard this one before, but I don't remember the answer. We have to keep stressing that they're perfect logicians, though. He sends them one message. The number of guards is irrelevant. The number of inmates is 50. The number of days after which they escape is 50. That's important. Okay. After exactly 50 days. I think everyone knows everyone else's eye color, but they're not allowed to say? Is that it? Do you want the Quatsushi? Do you want Come On and Slam, or do you want to Come on Ride the Train? Come on, ride the train and ride it, choo choo. All right, let's see. All have blue eyes is important too. No, someone is left. You can tell if someone's attempted to guess. If they guess incorrectly, they die, though, right? I was just asking whether you wanted Come On and Slam, or you wanted Come On Ride the Train. Executed if they guess wrong. So it has to be a... I know that you know, right? I know that you know... It has to be something like, if I have blue eyes... Okay, so the message that gets sent out, does that get sent out to... Sorry. Do they know who sent it? I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but they know that it was Prisoner A who sent out the message, or is it just a generic leaked message that came Saucer? Some sort of commentary on the U.S. prison system. Yeah, exactly. Generic leak. And it has to be... If everyone else you've seen has blue eyes, then you have blue eyes, right? Isn't that the answer? If every other person on the island has blue eyes, then you have blue eyes. I think that's right. It would be more complicated if if 100% of them didn't all have the same eye colors. Guards would reject obvious messages. Well, that's why I'm saying, Game Saucers, if you say if everyone else has blue eyes, then you have blue eyes. So, does it matter when that message is sent? Because they could send that message at the very beginning, and then as long as all 49 other people leave, then then the last person who sent the message knows that they're safe to leave. What song do you have in mind, Johan? Man, we're getting there. That number is much higher, the odometer at the bottom. No one knows what it's like. I have to look up. I guess I could do traditional karaoke and look shit up. All at once after 50 days. Okay. That's helping us to zoom in on the constraints at least. Oh, is the island one basically that solution, Chaos? I don't know my eye color, but everyone else's is the same. Awesome, Sortus. I will do that then. I'd have to cheat and look up the lyrics here. There you go, yeah. Alright, let me do this for Sortus really quick. If someone else wants to answer the Game Saucers puzzle. Alright, so it's... Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance to your dance at the Space Jam. Alright, alright. Party people in the house, let's go with your boy J-Ski. Alright, so pass that thing and watch me flex behind my back so you know what's next. The jam, all in your face. What's up, up in the bass. Drop it, rock it down the room, shake it quick, it's space kaboom. Work that body, make sure you don't hurt nobody. Get wild, lose your mind, take this thing into overtime. Hey DJ, turn it up, QCD gon' burn it up. Come on y'all, get on the floor, so hey, let's go, aight? There you go. Can do Johan's. I think I know that song well enough. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man, behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, faded, telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. Have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free. That's as good as I'm gonna get on that. Yeah, I'm dropping frames. This is about the same time that we started to have this problem. I'm watching it. Hopefully it resolves itself. Actually, now would be a good time for me to call Comcast, so why don't we call Comcast on stream here since we've got 15 minutes. I can try to get them to bring out a technician to check it out. I can show them the graph. They probably won't do it while I'm still streaming. They've got like a 4-hour turnaround. Limp Bizkit did that song? No shit. Alright, so I'm just going to leave myself off mute. Since there's not much else going on, we're going to do a Comcast call during Desert Bus. Crazy shit. Like I need... business. Technical support. Connection issues. No, let's not do that. No. Agent. I got you, Johan. I don't know. Oh no! Pulled over too far. Hi. That's a bummer. Bum.